very common way of thinking, especially in terms of philosophy and theology and religion, amongst our younger generations, is this mentality, this notion, that our beliefs are private, and you believe what you want to believe, I will believe what we want to believe, and we just go on our merry way. And in a way, we know that just practically that doesn't play out. Whoever has the power is going to exert their beliefs, onto the other. But just this notion that, there's no search of truth and no search of something that's absolute. And so I bring that up just to kind of bring us into today's first reading. And like I said yesterday, with this letter to the Thessalonians, Paul's writing this to a very young and new Christian church that he left very quickly because of persecution. And these Thessalonians, when Paul leaves, have faced persecution themselves. And so Paul sends Timothy to see how they're doing, and these Thessalonians, despite the persecution and despite them being very young in the faith, are still very faithful to the teachings and to the way of the Lord. And so St. Paul says this: "We have been reassured by you, brothers and sisters, in every distress and affliction through your faith, for we now live if we stand firm in the Lord. What thanksgiving then can we render to God for you, for all the joy we feel on your account before God?" This is a man that's in love with the truth, wants to tell other people about the truth, and just look at and feel how excited he is when these Thessalonians also then remain confirmed in the faith and in the truth. This is a man who is firm in his convictions. So I would say again to the younger generation with this very relativistic mentality, how much joy and excitement are in your beliefs? Because I don't see many people being ecstatic when someone follows their way of life. But for here, St. Paul, he's overcome with excitement. Why? Because he believes that this is the real thing. Not that, in an ego sense, well, okay, my way of thinking wins. No. It's not his way of thinking. It's the way of the Lord. And he found it and embraces it and wants to share it with others. And then is extremely excited and overfilled with joy when others also find and discover that same type of joy that he has. That's our faith. That's the real good news in an essence. Do we get excited over this type of good news in our lives? And we're excited to share it with others. If not, then I just invite you to dwell deeply into what all this is all about. And I'll end with this. Yesterday at the faculty retreat, I kind of pointed at the altar, and I was like, look, we tell people to go to church because it's an obligation. How inspiring is that? That's the message. That's how we tell people to come to faith. Go to church, it's an obligation. I think we can do better than that. May God bless you.